Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a really nice day yesterday. Maybe spend some time with some family, eat some good food, have a nice time to chill out, recharge your batteries. For those of you that are still carrying on the festivities today, I hope you have another good day. I know that myself, I kind of, in our household we split our grandparents up, so we see one lot of them on Christmas Day and then another on Boxing Day. So yeah, hope you're all doing really well. Today's video is on a track that has just released at the time of recording this, called The Sandbox. And just to give you a little bit of a backstory on this, which I think is actually really cool. So it was made by a user by the name of Max Field, and it's actually his very first track in game, which first of all is extremely impressive for the track itself once you see what it kind of all entails. However, here's where it gets kind of cool. So the premise behind this track is this man has gone into his back garden, he has gone to his sandbox, he has by hand made this track in his sandbox, and then using his iPhone he has scanned the track and then put it into game and tinkered with it a bit to make it rideable. And so what you are seeing here, someone has literally made with their own hands in their back garden in the sand, which I think is actually really cool. Now, there was a similar concept done in MX Simulator years ago when I was really into sim, and it was done by, I believe I think his name was MX Fish. I think his name was Nick or Nicholas. This is going back a very long time, so I'd have to do some digging to try and find it. But I think he'd done exactly the same thing, where they actually went to the local park and used the sandbox there to make some jumps by hand. You know, when you was a kid, even if you was at the real life track and you wasn't riding, you had your little replica bikes that were just absolutely tiny, and you'd go and make your little ruts and your jumps in some dirt and ride them around. And similar concept to that, but I think in sim it was done with, I feel like it was more photo based, because it actually looked like sand in real life as well, whereas this has I believe like decals added over the top of it to make it look like this colour that you've got here. But I think overall that whole concept is so cool and just so different as well. And I think obviously it's not the first scan track in bikes. I covered another scan track quite a way back. I think it's actually one of the best performing videos on my channel, and I feel like most of you have probably seen that video at this point. So this again is a scan track, but just a completely different method. I believe the last one was done with a drone, you know, like kind of over top of a track, and then the track itself was kind of built the same way in game, just to kind of touch it up and things like that. And it's just, I can't imagine kind of the skills that you need, or even the big brain that you need to try and think, yeah, let me just go out in my back garden, make a track by hand and just scan it in using my phone. And I myself, I'll probably get a lot of grief for saying this, but I'm a Samsung user. I know, sue me, I am the devil. But I don't even know if Samsung has anything like that. I mean, if I'm wrong, then please do correct me. But I mean, iPhone making some big moves there. It's pretty impressive stuff. And the one thing that I just really wanted to kind of elaborate on in this is this guy's first track. He's not released a normal track prior to this before doing this whole scanning thing. He has done this all in one go as a first project, and it's very good. Before I even recorded this video, I've already spent like a good half an hour or so running laps on this track, and it's one of them tracks that it's very easy to spend a lot of time on. Especially with some of these jumps, you can just get so sideways, and I fully expect there to be some elimination races done on this track probably, or some edits done with how big the jumps are. I thought it was a perfect track as well. I uploaded a TikTok video. I know some people will say that's cringe. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to advertise the channel a little bit. But yeah, I've done a TikTok video on this track as well, and I've done okay on as far as views go. So it's just a really fun track, and I have to say well done to Max as well, because as I said earlier, the kind of brain power and skills needed to kind of bring this to life must be very impressive, and I hope that he can do more. See, by no means is this a massive scale track. It's spread out a fair bit, but I'm guessing the man's sandbox can only be so big. But it'd be really nice to see what he can do in the future, if he can maybe make a supercross track or something like that, maybe a little free ride area, some actual sand dunes. I mean, that would be cool, using your sand to make some sand dunes. But I feel like it just opens up another door of opportunities for people, and I don't know if it's one of them things that you'd maybe teach other people how to do in the future. But I feel like there's so many different people that make their tracks in their own ways, which is why we get such a good variety of how tracks come out. I mean, you know, a lot of the time it's quite easy to tell actually who's made a track. I mean, people that come to my mind, you know what sort of a track Fat Muppet's going to release, you know what sort of a track is a Hurren track, and a JV track, and a Rock Chalice track, and especially a Resolute Kraken track. They're usually always enduros. So it's nice that each track or each track creator has their own sort of techniques and almost have their own signature way of doing the tracks, which actually shows through on each track. You kind of know who the track's made by. And when I first loaded this track up to play it, I had no idea that Max had made the track in that way. So at first I was like, oh, the environment's lacking a little bit, and so on and so forth. And then I found out that he made it with his hands and an iPhone, and I thought, oh, I don't care about the environment anymore. Like, it's just made the track itself all that more impressive and really, really fun to ride. And I feel like, saying how quickly time's going by, I feel like I've been on here for 2 minutes, just looked across and it's already 6. And it's not a long lap by any means. Looking up there, what am I on? 1 minute 30? Oh, I haven't actually paid attention to see if the timing gates work properly yet. 1:34, I'm pretty sure that just updated, so yeah, I think it's about 1 minute 30 lap time, so nothing amazing, short-ish on as far as just tracks in general go, but you can see as I've been riding around, I'm going to completely jinx myself here, I've made no massive mistakes at all, no dramas, just a nice chilled time, and it's actually like perfect timing for me as well, because I'm still trying to learn my whole rider lean thing. It's just a nice track for me to try and go fast on and carry corner speed and just work on bringing my whips back and things, because they are things that for the most part I'm okay with at the moment, but there's some inconsistencies there, just where my muscle memory's not fully adapted to the new way of me playing. Let me take some different lines. Let me take this middle instead. See, there's multiple line choices in each corner. I'm just do it there. Hang on, just gonna breathe for a second, reset. I'm not going to edit that out, you can listen to all that. I can take multiple line choices and not do my usual thing of just taking the same line every lap, because I'm not thinking about what I'm doing, I'm just sat here talking to you guys. I like that there's some little things like you can stay on the far right hand side of that jump, just to stay as low as possible and carry most speed. Someone did actually say, or ask me to do a couple of laps just in general in a recent video in third person, just to give people more of an idea of what the bike's doing underneath me, rather than me being in first person the whole time. So I'm going to do exactly that. These next 2 laps are going to be in third person, and I haven't ridden this track in third person yet, and I feel like sometimes I forget what my whips look like in third person, and they probably don't actually look as good as I think they do where I'm in first. I feel like in first, I feel like I'm getting absolutely upside down, sideways, like backwards, but I guarantee now I'm in third it's not going to look anything like that, so we will soon see when I get to this corner. I've been wearing the Life gear a lot recently, since I made that video the other day on my favourite gears. I don't know, there seems to be a colourway to go with every bike that I ride. Oh, the back end sliding. Right, so I need to check up a little bit here. I was always sending this too far. Oh no, I am getting a little bit backwards, okay. Can I do it again? Sender, bring it back round, bring it back round. Oh, there we go. And again, one more time. You can see there, I was just, when the bike kind of does the full 180 and is facing back towards me, I just give the back brake a little bit of a tap, and it seems to come around pretty quickly. But that is something that I've definitely improved on since using the whole rider lean settings as well. Before I would really struggle to get the big whips down. There you go, add the back brake, bring it back round. Yeah, I'd struggle to, so I could get the bike out in the first place, but I struggled to bring it back round in line. But yeah, since using the rider left-right lean now, it's really been no trouble at all. I want to see if I can clear this whole jump here. Nope, not when I do that. I was going to see if I could jump all the way to downside this here, but it might be a pipe dream. It might actually be easier from the inside because the takeoff's a bit steeper from the inside there. But yeah, overall, I hope that you can kind of appreciate what Max has done here, and are in agreement with me that it's bloody impressive. Like, it's really impressive, and I hope that this isn't a one and done type thing for him. I hope that we've now got another track creator that as soon as he drops a track, everyone kind of flocks to download and really enjoys. Because I mean, we've just lost one in Hurren. He's taking a little bit of a break at the moment, so it'll be nice if we can replace him with someone else. And I feel like these tracks as well, they do tend to appeal more to the masses, because as you can see, there's nothing difficult about it. It's not like tracks like Lommel, for example, where I'm just bouncing about absolutely everywhere trying to trying to find a smooth line. There's subtle sand rollers here and there, but nothing crazy at all. So maybe for the next track, if he just adds a little bit off the side of the track, so once you're done making all the track in whichever crazy manner you do so, just add a couple objects in there afterwards, and maybe add just a tiny bit of rough. Don't go overboard, because obviously we still want to have a track that everybody can enjoy. But I mean, like this section here, I really enjoy just because it's sand rollers and it kind of fits the whole sandbox theme. And I feel like it'd be nice if that was carried through like more of the track, because that sort of rough back there, it's not crazy by any means. It's very rideable, very doable, and it would just be nice to kind of try and get a bit more of a flow going around the track. And the only downside I can see to this track is maybe after a while it could end up getting a little bit boring for some people, just because it's a short track. You know, it's not too difficult. It can be a little bit repetitive. If you're like me and you like just wasting time on the game, and you like these massive jumps where you can practice your whips on, and as I said earlier, it's a perfect track for me to kind of practice trying to turn fast, because these corners do allow you to carry a lot of speed, and that's definitely something I'm trying to work on ahead of the Supercross season. Quickly before I disappear, I did want to actually just discuss the upcoming Supercross Championship for me. So we now have a European and an American series. They're both on the same days. They'll both be on Fridays, the week commencing the 7th of January, I think. It's either the week commencing the 7th or the 7th is the first round, but they're on Fridays. Not 100% sure on the time of both. However, I do have a bit of a predicament where I did want to try and contend for a title, specifically European, because obviously you want to win your own sort of like area's championship. But in typical fashion, the races are on a Friday, and as you guys know, I can't do every single Friday because I go away once a month. But I mean, I'll see what I can do. I'll see if there's any way I can move days around. Maybe I'll go away from like a Saturday to a Tuesday rather than a Friday to a Monday. I'll try and see what I can do, but it might be tough. So I want the idea of being able to record them all and show you all of the races. I wouldn't be talking through them because I literally go into full tryhard mode when the actual races are on. I'd be more than happy to upload the raw footage or to talk over them afterwards, just to let you know kind of what's going on as I'm riding and what I'm thinking, like I've done previously. But, and this is a big but, it all depends what sort of FPS I get when I'm recording, because some of the early rounds of the 2021 season, those tracks absolutely destroy my frames. I'm not sure if it's the stadium or like higher resolution bales or what, but they really do like limit me on how many frames I get, and it has a massive impact on how you ride as well. Like having that very slight delay or lack of responsiveness in the game can make a huge difference, and it can quite easily lead to a crash as well. So I'm not gonna promise you anything. I don't want to make promises I can't keep. If I can record whilst playing and the frames be absolutely fine, then I 100% will do so you guys can see what's going on. But if that's not the case, then I just won't be, unfortunately. But I'm planning on doing the 450s now. I always keep switching back and forth between if I want to ride 4s or 450s or 250s. I usually used to ride 250s, A, because I'm a bit more comfortable on them, but B, because the time would actually be better for me where I was racing American series, so the 250 class would be earlier than the 450 class. But now I'm doing a European series as well. I don't mind doing the 450s completely, and between you and me, as a whole, I think Supercross on the 450 is a fair bit easier. You haven't got to try anywhere near as hard to get the triples into the rhythms and things like that. So I like making my life easy. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys will stick along for that journey anyway. And yeah, that'll do it from me. A little bit of a rant at the end of the video, as I always do, but I hope you've enjoyed this. Please do go and give this track a download. Go leave some positive words on the website, on the webpage as well for Max. He's done a very good job here, especially for a first track. And I'm going to love you and leave you. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day today. Hope again, I hope that you had a really nice day yesterday. And yeah, roll on the new year. Let's make 2022 a good one. Thanks, guys. Catch you later. Peace.
Got bad shit all up in my mind right now. Fuck it, give me a minute and I'ma let it all out. I don't give a shit about an opinion, be another dimension when I wake up. Bitch, it's time to fill the cup. Got no fucking love, I feel so stuck on my luck. Get fucked.